This week I had to shape 3 surfboards, finish glassing this one, do a whole makeover in this room. I had to clean the absolute crap out of my shaping room. I had to get it all done in time for a commercial that's going to be done here in a couple of days. I'm going to show you guys shaping this surfboard, some glassing of this surfboard, a lot of cleaning up this shop. Let's start from the beginning. So this was really the beginning of my week, was getting this surfboard shaped and done quickly, but really well. I had to not fall into the cliche of not having time to do it right the first time, but having time to do it again. And so I did everything as quickly as I could, but also taking my time when it really counted. Stuff like getting the rails good, making sure the outline, the tail, all of those little fine details were still correct. Sometimes boards just come out really good really quickly, and fortunately that was what happened with this one. It didn't take me too long and everything came out exactly how it should, which I was super stoked about. It is a 9/6 Zelzy, and I think it's 22 7/8 by 3 inches thick. Nice pretty rocker, nice pretty outline, everything you want in a surfboard. I usually don't glass customer surfboards. In this case, I absolutely had to because I only had about a week and a half, and then there was Thanksgiving. I also have a 2-month-old daughter, so I was rushed to say the least. Fortunately, Surf Supply had almost the exact same red as the company sent me for their Pantone, which is great in my case because I am not a full-time glasser, especially not a color laminator. It looked great. It was an opaque, so a little bit of scratches in the foam wasn't a big deal. I'm super happy with how it turned out. So as soon as I got the board sanded, I went ahead, wiped it down, and shot the gloss. I sanded this board all the way up to 1000 grit and then brought it in to do the wet sanding. I sanded this with 800 grit, and then I went ahead and did the Scotch Brite on the rails, which kind of pulls everything together, gives it a nice pretty matte finish. So this is what the whole ceiling used to look like, and half of it still looks like this because I didn't want to buy that much paint because I have a lot of money actually. This is now what the rest of this half of the ceiling looks like. I'm really happy with it, even though it's kind of half-assed. You can still see the brown drywall behind the paint, like the paint soaked up into the ceiling quite a bit. But it's a million times better. I wasn't really looking to make it perfect, just improved a lot. So I'm really happy to get that done. And then also these walls, I've always, like I said, I didn't want to buy paint because I have too much money and don't want to spend it. And so I've always found old cans of paint and stuff, and like, that wall was blue, this wall was beige, the walls over there were blue and purple and had giant holes in them. And so I finally made everything the same color, and white is the cheapest and easiest color to do that. So that's what we got right now, and I am super happy with the way it looks. I am not a glasser the way some people are glassers. I glass surfboards out of necessity because I have a lot of money and just want to keep it all for myself. But so for this photo shoot that I'm going to be doing, we are going to film me laminating an abstract. And so this was my first practice. I think it looks too much like a candy cane, and I kind of wish that I didn't do the whole like asterisk pattern in the middle, but it came out okay. The next one, I'm not going to do the asterisk pattern. I'm going to do yellow instead of white with the red, and just do the thing where you pour it into the same bucket, the two colors, and just mix a bunch of resin and do it that way, because it'll come out better, I think. Those are my glassing shoes. I think those were from when I was I remember having those shoes in Japan in 2019. So these would be 6 years old now, and they turned into my glassing shoes. And I've been using them for probably the last 4 years. I usually wear, these are Doc Martens, and they're leather, so they last a long time. So I probably wore these for like a year and a half before they turned into glassing shoes, but they work great. Leather shoes are great for glassing because no resin gets through. I also put up these lights, these LED lights, super cheap off Amazon, and they're ridiculously bright. And then I have my 3 fluorescents over here. Every light is run off of the light switch except for this one over here, which is actually kind of nice, because then I can turn off all the lights besides just one, which is cool. Wow, it is cold. This is a new model. It's like a really high performance fish, I guess. It is off of the Steveless single fin that I did the video on with Log Wrap, and I basically saw it and I was like, oh dang, like if the tail was chopped off this, it would be like a sick fish. And then Grayson was like, yeah, that's how the list fish became a thing. I was like, oh, okay. So I took a template off of it. I basically chopped the tail off. This one is a 5.6. I haven't come up with a name yet for the model, so let me know what you guys think I should name the model. But they're pretty freaking sick. I have mine in there all laminated, so I gotta sand it, pin lines, gloss coat, wet sand, all that good stuff. And this is another board for the shoot. And then I have another blank over there that I haven't touched yet because we're going to shape that Friday. And I have another blank in there. Another guy ordered one of these. So these things are sick. You guys should definitely try one out. Super fast, super high performance. The most like true high performance fish you can get, since it's like an original like 70s list template. They're pretty sick. So this is my what do you call it, air system. I can't remember the correct word for it, but I have a filter on here from a 1998 Ford Mustang GT. Stuck this thing on here, 4-inch PVC pipe routed up, down, and out, which runs to a big old Porter cable vacuum in the room next door. And this thing actually works pretty dang good as a dust collection machine. So I have a little open window over there. I put a box fan on the bench at the end of the surfboard. And I would say this catches about probably a third or a half of the dust, which is super impressive for like basically maybe the PVC pipe's kind of expensive for 4-inch, but maybe it cost me $50, and then this filter is like, you can get them for like $15 on Amazon or like Rock Auto, some super cheap like auto part website. And this has been an insane upgrade to my shaping room, because I used to sand in here, and fortunately it's big, it has tall ceilings, but it would turn into an absolute dust cloud. Like it was fully like you were in Iraq or something and there was like a dust storm. So it's doesn't do that anymore. I can sand on a pretty high speed, and it gets dusty in here for sure. I'm still caked in dust, but it's less than half as bad as it used to be. It was a crazy week, but we actually got it all done. I don't really know how, and I'm actually ready for the shoot a day before. So I'm changing my life. I'm not procrastinating as bad as I used to for everything. Board prices are going up in January. So if you guys want a board, the price that they're at now, I'm taking 6 orders for December. So get in that before those are out. It's a great Christmas present to yourself.